office for no reason.
You'll
which I
never
think-
have to interact with someone
Yeah.
ever again.
Yeah. So that's the counter argument, right? I hear that all the time now. That like, do you just want to be a hermit and stay at home and never see people? First of all, some people don't mind that. Some people's social circles are outside
Three
of work.
people on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for me specifically, yeah. Like, I don't necessarily need to have a family at the workplace. Like, for me, that's
Cringe.
it's super
Very
cringe. And the other thing is, if I don't fulfill my duties as a family member at home, I don't get fired by my wife, right? Like, so you can't really say you have a family at work when it's conditional, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my whole topic was working from home and why what is it good for and what is it bad for. In my opinion, honestly, it's good for it's probably the best thing to come out of in terms of work related thing to happen during our lifetimes, because I think it gives so many people, like, I'm not just talking about antisocial people such as myself. I'm talking about people that have difficulty in mobility, let's say. They have difficulty reaching their workplace, like they have to commute 2 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
Which I used to
Go to
do.
London on the tube or whatever.
I used to do that. I used to literally waste hours of my life every week commuting to my work that I could have done from my laptop at home. And so for me, this is honestly the best possible thing that could have happened. And I don't get why some companies, some employers are regressing back to a 9 to 5 at the office type of deal. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's, to me, what it looks like, and I actually ended up leaving my previous company as I didn't have to go back myself, but a lot of people in the office did have to go back. And it was definitely a reason for them to want to leave, and lots of them did. Yeah. But it's a power thing. At least the company that I was working at before, you'd have a guy at the top or a group of people at the top who just want to control your every move, and they want to be able to see you sitting in front of them, even if you're doing far less work, which most of the time I was doing less work than when I was at home.
Definitely,
as long as they can see you there, like suffering with them, that's all that matters. And
if you're sitting at your
just
desk,
blows my mind.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
we're gonna suffer through this together.
Yeah, exactly. You can be questioning your existence. Was it all worth being born for this? Like sitting in a cubicle, doing some accounts or whatever.
And when you're at home, you can, if you need to, I don't know, hang your clothes because they've finished washing, or you just eat some food at a slightly different time than what you'd normally eat. It's the flexibility changes the quality of life completely.
Yeah, exactly. Quality of life is a huge thing. And why wouldn't your employer be happy about that? Like, I hear a lot of the sort of argument that employers have is like, now first of all, productivity, but that was debunked because so many companies did research on their productivity during the pandemic when we were all in lockdown, and they were for certain teams, specifically teams that do deal with digital work, they were more productive at home. It's different for people that work in like social roles, like obviously you can't be like what you can't have you can't be a nurse and do that from home. So but we're just specifically talking about digital era jobs, right? really dislike the argument of some people saying that how can you trust somebody is doing their work, and if they're at home, I mean, and how can you quality control their work while they're at home? So first of all, if you don't trust people to do their work, just fire them or don't hire them.
Exactly. You must have trusted them to hire them in the first place.
And it's super disrespectful. Like, if I was on the receiving end of that comment, I would feel super vexed, like by my employer, because I could be at work and browsing at memes all day, and I can be so good at it that you never know.
Exactly. Like at my last job, some days I was just literally just clicking around, pretending to do work for the entire day because I had nothing to do. I couldn't be bothered. But now I'm actually quite productive. Generally, even if I do go and make a coffee or go to Starbucks or something during the day, I still get the work done. So it doesn't. I can
see where the trust issues are coming from nowadays.
But no, I would say that's more Phil, Dave's manager, because if he didn't have work to do, like, that's not his fault.
I mean, you should be judged on a set of tasks that you're asked to complete.
Exactly.
I get that you can use your initiative and find some stuff to do sometimes, but overall, I think and this also ties into not just remote working, but the amount of time that you work. I think. So now, for example, me and Victor are trying to, start up a side gig at the moment. But if we hire people, we don't we don't actually care about how many hours that they work. We care on a set of tasks that these people need to complete. That's the criteria, right? We don't care like, you need to work 8 hours a day and you need to be in this location, and because it's pointless. Like, they're not going to find more work to do for themselves just because.
I'm here for another 5 hours. Better find something to do. Or shall I just browse Facebook or go and chat with some people online or something?
I'll go to the kitchen in the office and make coffee for an hour, and then
or disrupt people at the office by just chatting to them.
Start a conversation.
Which
the thing,
by the way, it happens to me all the time in the office right now, because we are back, officially back, not full time all the time. There are still remote days, but one of the arguments that against remote working is like, you just don't get involved with your colleagues as much. You don't communicate with them as well. It has been so frustrating being interrupted while I work. Now, coming back from the pandemic and from lockdown, it's been so frustrating getting used to being interrupted while I work again. Like, just from people just hanging about and like water cooler conversations around me. Like, somebody goes to make coffee and like, what you doing here? Like, well, working, trying to focus.
Well, I'm not.
I'm not, so you shouldn't. So that's the whole thing, right? Like, should we really be putting value on that sort of interpersonal communication at work? Because I think work should just be work, honestly.